I know. I was really wanting to check out the Lincoln Corsair.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously came into the market last year. It's the Aviator's little brother, if you will. It's got the same kind of style, obviously a shorter wheelbase, still an all-wheel drive vehicle. It does have the LED lights like the Aviator, very similar grille like the Aviator. It drives very similar to the Aviator as well. You'll notice there, obviously, the headlights. There's, obviously it helps you look around turns as well. When you do get into the higher trim levels and stuff like that. But if we head towards the back of the car, you'll see, like I said, a lot of similarities. Other than the smaller size, you can have less passengers. It's kind of the perfect mid-size SUV.
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask the difference between this and the Aviator. So you said it's the little brother. They're very similar, just a size difference.
Yes, very similar in what they're capable of, very similar in equipment. The Corsair can also get into some of those higher end luxury features like those heated and cooled seats, heated second row seating. It also does come with that panoramic roof. So in a smaller car, it just makes it look a little bit bigger, which it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So what, do you know what color that one is?
Yeah, so this gets into that flight blue we discussed earlier. It's a color that's pretty subtle, but once you see it in a couple different lightings, it almost has a mind of its own what color it actually wants to be. But again, they do a very good job of kind of pairing the interior with this exterior color. And when you move this color into a bigger vehicle like the Aviator, it's even more wowing.
And so this flight blue, that's a new 2021 color.
Yes, it's new in the Aviator in 2020. This is the first time it was in a Corsair's 2020. I'm sorry, 21. Yeah. Calendar year.
I was saying maybe we can open the trunk and see how much space is back there.
Yeah. So again, touch of a button, easy to open, easy to close. These seats will also fold down at the touch of a button, just like the Aviator. You do have obviously a shorter wheelbase, allows for a little bit less room, but there's still a lot of stuff you can get accomplished with this.
That's a lot of space still. That's a large trunk.
Yeah, they did a very good job there. Giving customers enough space to, if you need to go on a trip or you're taking a lot of stuff with you, you have plenty of room. I always use the analogy, obviously, you can fit 4 sets of golf clubs in there, no problem.
And then that's an all-season weather mat that they have?
Correct. That is a all-season weather mat that covers the back. It's laser measured by WeatherTech to perfectly fit that. That way, if you do have a mess back there, it doesn't get everywhere. Yeah.
Awesome. I'll say, a lot of space in the back. And then just push of a button, it'll close for you. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. Obviously, when we get into the front seats here, you'll see that we get to the same setup that the Aviator has. We'll call it sized proportionately. Smaller car, maybe not as big of a screen, but the same keypad to change gears, the same type of climate controls, the same type of seat adjustments. It's just overall pretty cool, pretty easy to use, and very comforting as well. I mean, that wood grain in the background just kind of ties it all in.
As the angle that we're looking at in the seats, so the seats are kind of split. Is that part of the lumbar support in the front?
So that actually gets into these, it's called the perfect position seating. There's actually 33 different ways that this seat is configured. Those are actually thigh extenders. So when you're on a longer trip and you need to kind of extend your legs a little bit, the seat actually will yeah,
Okay, that's
contract and then
wild.
obviously extend itself a little bit to kind of hit that perfect sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool what it's capable of.
Wow. And then does this one also have you can get the massage?
Absolutely, yeah. That comes with these we'll call it thigh extenders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's again kind of something that maybe a couple years ago you wouldn't even imagine, but here it is.
Mm-hmm. And then I love that wood that they add in there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and a lot of customers love it too. It's just kind of that it gives you a little bit of a homey feel.
Mm-hmm.
Again, one of those just calming things that they've added just to make it a little bit more relaxing while driving, make it you feel a little bit stress free.
Does this have the same safety features or are there different ones?
Yeah, so this will have the same safety features. One thing I don't think we touched on with the Aviator that both of these will have, obviously, the lane keeping assist and the adaptive cruise control, which is becoming more and more common in any vehicle you get into. But these ones are pretty cool. Obviously, the adaptive cruise control is set for a certain speed. It'll stay at that speed and slow down, speed up as needed. And then the lane centering, it works best on the highways. It'll obviously see both sides of the road, both sides of the lane that you're in, and actually steer you directly in the middle.
Mm-hmm. I'm noticing how where the climate control is, how it's kind of its own little thing in the middle.
Yeah, it's
So you
not so
can
much
still put
attached
stuff
to it.
under.
It's not so much attached to the console. Again, just because it is a little bit smaller car, but there is some storage underneath there as well. So you have enough room between that and then the compartment that Brian will open shortly, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure.
And you have your USB and charging.
Correct. Making it super easy to charge your phone, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, whichever you use, whichever you like. It's just one of the things that when you can reach it while you're sitting there, it just makes it very convenient, very easy to use.
I know when we were outside, you mentioned how this car is the little brother, but it still has the panoramic sunroof, which makes it feel a lot bigger. I'm wondering what that looks like from inside.
Yeah, so it looks like this one we have it closed, but you can see the outline of the shade there.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're sitting in the back, even in the front, it's just front passengers are used to that sunroof. Back passengers probably aren't used to seeing that sunroof from the back seat. That makes it pretty cool when you can just look up and see the sky, or on a longer trip, just something cool to entertain yourself, and it's just something cool to have.
So one thing I was wanting to ask is, what is Copilot 360?
So Copilot 360 kind of loops in all of those safety features that we talked about: the blind spot monitoring, the rear backup camera, the 360 view of the vehicle when you're in reverse, also as well as the front collision warning, lane keeping assist. All that kind of stuff is kind of looped into that we'll call it that term. And it's just really all of the safety features that go into all these Lincolns, and that really make them what they are. A great, safe, reliable luxury vehicle.
Yeah. I was going to say, I did see a question came in. Someone asked, when do you think Lincoln will announce the refresh Navigator?
I'm sure very soon. That's something that we've actually been waiting patiently for as well. We're all excited about it. One thing that they have, at least we have some information on, is the new 2020 Nautilus. The 2020 Nautilus hasn't changed a whole lot over the last couple years, but they're about to have all of the stuff that we just saw in this one, with kind of that screen that's more at a 90-degree angle, making it easier for both the driver and the passenger to access it, read it, as well as the piano key shifters. we're patiently waiting for it like everybody else.
That's, you said in the 2021 Nautilus?
Correct.
Okay. Is there anything else that we should know about the 2021 Corsair? Any other luxurious features or something that makes it unique?